Here are some books that I recommend you read between Halloween and Thanksgiving. Now, I imagine after Halloween, or this week approaching Halloween, you are probably trying to wrap up your Halloween reads, your horror reads, your spooky reads, whatever it is. So, as we move into November, what do I read next? How about Demon Copperhead? Why between Halloween and November? I don't know. No particular reason. It just feels like that would be a good time to read it. It just feels like, I don't know, the main character when he gets older in this plays football. So maybe that's the connotation. I don't know. This feels like a November book for me. And if you decided to read this in November, you wouldn't regret it because this book is awesome. In Cold Blood by Truman Capote. This is a classic little buddy trope about some events that happen in November of 1959 based on a true story. And again, it's in November, so if you want to celebrate the anniversary of this little buddy trope, this real heartwarming tale, then I recommend you pick this up before Thanksgiving. Another connotation with November that I can't quite explain is There by Tommy Orange. In this, there is an interlude, and it helps to describe what the real meaning of Thanksgiving is. It might not even be the interlude, it might be the prologue, I don't remember, but it's one part that is plot adjacent that reminds you the real meaning of Thanksgiving, and as an Indigenous author, you can imagine that he's very happy about it. Let's Talk Nature. A Walk in the Woods by Bill Bryson. This is kind of a not quite a memoir, it's more like a travel nonfiction. And this guy, Bill Bryson, who's a pretty funny dude, decides to try to walk the Appalachian Trail the whole time. That's all I got. I don't know. November feels like a good time to take a walk in the woods. December, it's going to be too cold. There's not any leaves left. November, I don't know. This feels like you're gearing up for winter and to get your last little gasp of outside. Take a walk in the woods with Bill. Speaking of woods talks, These Silent Woods by Kimmy Cunningham Grant. This is a pretty good book. I mean, it's nothing spectacular in my humble opinion, but it's pretty good. And it's about a dad and a daughter who live off the grid, and he is protecting her from something, and he won't tell her why they live off the grid and why they live in the woods. And it unravels. And yeah, I don't know, November, because again, we're talking woods. Sure, November. More woods talk. Northwoods by Daniel Mason, one of my favorite books of all time. This just feels right. And lastly, 11/22/63. For those of you that are unaware or not so versed in your Gregorian calendar, the 11 in here stands for November. November Read, November 22nd, 1963, Stephen King's best book of all time, my personal number 4 book or 5 book of all time, November 22nd. Read it before then so you can celebrate accordingly.